What's going on, you guys? Yeah, everyone grab their pink comforter.
I got the worst haircut ever. This is my haircut. Look at that.
Oh, and then you said Pat Dixon does have a past.
He's Ray DeVito. His chin is kinda neato. He's Ray DeVito. He is a Guido. He's not a pedo. His name is Ray DeVito. Problems with his pedo. He's kind of retardito. Is Ray DeVito. His chin is pretty neato. That Ray DeVito. Your information he'll repeat-o. That stinky Guido. That's Ray DeVito. Rock Bottom Podcast starts now.
What's up? What's going on, you punks? How are you guys? Rock Bottom Podcast. I'm here with Nash and Neal. The bell of the ball? The bell of the ball.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I've risen the ranks of the Dabbleverse.
Oh, you don't want to rise in the ranks. I'm just letting you know now. It's not a good thing.
Yeah,
it's not a good thing. Get out.
People were warning me. They're like, "Don't do it." So.
Dude, yeah, get out while you can, dude. Get out. Run. Wherever the exits are.
I've been having a good time so far. So we'll see.
Like, get out while you can, man. Run away. Oh, how you doing, buddy? What's
good.
going on?
It was a really crazy yesterday because I wasn't home. I was out with my friend watching movies, and then what
movie did you watch? What movie?
So I went to see the Bob Dylan movie.
Oh, how was it? I want to see it. I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, that was great.
I think everything in the movie is shit. I think I would already know about Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I didn't know a lot about Bob Dylan. So so it's interesting. I mean, I know who he is. I know his music, but I don't know his life story or anything.
It was a pretty good life.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good life for Bob Dylan.
It's only a small point, part of his life. So, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was one of the better. Did you say biopics? Biopic. I don't know. I thought it was one of the better ones of those. And then we went to see Nosferatu, which I was really.
So you went to how long was Bob Dylan movie, by the way?
I'm not positive. Maybe 2 hours. Usually those are kind of long movies. Yeah, maybe it's even longer. I don't know, but
you know what? Bob Dylan's not a good guy to see in concert. I love Bob Dylan. The greatest songwriter that we know. But his voice changes over time. So if you listen to his later stuff, like Time Out of Mind and the other album,
never been known as a great singer, really.
Yeah, so like his voice doesn't sound great live ever. I've seen him live 3 times, and it's not good. But his songwriting's amazing. To Make You Feel My Love is a great song that it was his, and then Alicia Keys covered it, which you should. Yeah. And like it was not Alicia Keys. What's her name? Adele covered it, and Alicia Keys covered one of his songs too. And it's like, yeah, his songs are fucking amazing. He's the greatest songwriter in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tell stories. They're great.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing. I want to see that movie, but I'm a giant Bob Dylan fan though.
Yes, I would definitely recommend that. Nosferatu is really split on. I love the original. Nosferatu is the first Dracula movie. The first one is an old silent film from the 1920s. And it was based off the Dracula novel, but they didn't have the rights, so they couldn't call it Dracula. They called it Nosferatu. Then it was remade in the 1970s, and this is the modern remake of it.
That sounds very gay. I don't like it.
You don't like vampires?
Nah, I just don't like the whole. Like, I thought his name was like Vladimir, the original Dracula.
Right. So the Nosferatu, like I said, they couldn't get the rights, so they couldn't call it Dracula. It's called Nosferatu. That's kind of what I had a problem with this one because they have him. He has a.
But what is his name, like Vladimir or something, like the original Dracula or something?
It's based on or inspired by Vlad the Impaler, a real person.
Yeah, Vlad. Exactly. Like that's what Dracula is inspired by. It's like a real dude that like he was like a bald dude. He's like a bald dude. And so it's weird. How did it like transform into him being like a vampire that like
Well, he really did, kill a lot of people. He's called the Impaler because he.
Yeah, I know, because he would like kill people, but he was the one that would kill people and stab them in the heart.
He'd stick them on pikes. He'd have the people killed on pikes.
That's not a nice guy.
Yeah, he's not a nice dude.
Bob Dylan sounds he's a real jerk. Yeah. Bob Dylan sounds like a way nicer guy.
Yeah, I would think you'd probably rather hang out with Bob Dylan than Vlad the Impaler if you give him the choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that was like a thing how did it turn into the legend? Like that's how you got to kill vampires. You got to stab them in the heart. Like that came from some weird. I think we're gonna get. By the way, people watching, we're getting into some Dabbleverse shit. But right now, we're it's called fluffing. It's fluffing and having fun.
Oh, I think that's different in the porn biz, but
I'm fluffing myself right now.
Whoa! I didn't know you were that excited to have me on.
Of course, you're nasty, Neal.
Yeah,
you're not the only one that's nasty. Come on.
Yeah. So, vampires. I think the Legend of Vampires was around before Dracula, but they were just vampires because people used to think that people would, they might rise out of the dead. People believe that kind of stuff. And I don't know where like the legends actually came from, but it was around. Those are legends. And then Dracula was a specific person, Count Dracula in the Bram Stoker novel Dracula.
No, Dracula's way before. Dude, it was my first introduction to Dracula was the fucking cereal Count Chocula. Like, I mean, Dracula was like. I mean, you're talking about like Bram Stoker. That's like when I was like in my 20s. Like that way down the road. Like
Bram Stoker wrote Dracula in like the 1800s.
Oh, I thought that was his movie.
Well, they made the movie in the 90s off the novel called Bram Stoker's Dracula.
All right. So what's the history of that? Like you're a horror guy.
You're a
whore.
It's a novel from the 1800s. Dracula, Count Dracula, which is inspired by Vlad the Impaler.
And then he got a cereal.
And then he got the cereal made with
Frankenberry.
We got Frank. Look, we have some right here.
There you go. Count Chocula. That's what I'm talking about. That's my first introduction to the vampire.
Yeah.
I want to suck the chocolate milk out of the bowl.
So are you more of a Frankenberry guy or a Count Chocula? These are the questions people are dying to hear about.
Booberry. I was more into Booberry.
All right. I've got Booberry back here too. So.
Yeah, Booberry. But all right, so give me the history of the vampire because like those of you that don't know, that's new. Neal does horror movies. He's gonna help me with my IMDb. I'm gonna put it together, buddy. I'm gonna put I've done like 7 things.
I like that's become a big thing now.
Yeah, my IMDb. I'm gonna take off once the IMDb is fucking settled.
In all seriousness, it can help if you're actively trying to like get booked in a movie or like cast in something. They will look at that. People will look at like
oh really?
People on the internet won't necessarily look at it, but like if you're actively trying to get cast in a movie or something, they will look at that.
Well, you know what's weird? Like when I moved to New York City, I was with an agency, and the lady I was with, like they split off, her and the other guy, but it was a guy that would get me all the auditions. I did not like going on auditions because like at the time I was temping at Citibank, and it was literally I would have to take a day off from work to like go on these auditions. But now it's like you could do it like on like live streams essentially.
Yeah, that's really after during the pandemic, that's really when that took off. But even before that was becoming a thing.
Yeah,
that way you don't have to actually physically go to somewhere. You can record it and
so that'd be fine, live or recorded. But it would ruin my day. Like I would go there and like go audition for these commercials, which it's me and like 20 other dudes. And I'm like, I'm not going to get this. And it was like, everything I ever got on TV is because a friend of mine was like, you should do this. Well, like everything I got was like a friend was like, hey, do this.
Yeah. Honestly,
or do you want to do this?
I've never auditioned for anything, and not like that I'm in a bunch of stuff, but it's all through people that I became friends with. And I was trying to tell this to Liam, and I'm not going to attack Liam.
No, don't attack.
No,
like,
I'm not going
let's
to.
leave
I'm
Liam
not
out
going
of this.
to. My point was that going on sets
cholesterol has attacked him enough.
Going on sets on a movie, because he was talking about like going to the film school. Not only is it to learn the technical side, but you can interact with people and then maybe collaborate down the road.
No, you
Networking.
don't. Like even
so
like
my point was, it's better honestly to go on a film set for an independent movie and these film festivals, and that's how you're gonna network with other people. And my advice is, if you're fun to be around and they like you, you're more likely to be hired on these things.
Yeah, I like I said, like me getting the biggest thing is me being on a few episodes of the Jim Gaffigan show. It was because it was literally him texting me like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I was like, "Of course, yeah, I'm in." Like me doing those sketches for Adam TV was the lady that was in charge of it was like, "Hey, you do your sketches here. Do you want to like give your sketches to us? We'll put them on Adam TV." And it didn't pay that much, but I spent more money like making the sketches than I did like what they would pay me. And then what did suck is like I would give them sketches and they're like, "Yeah, that's low quality cameras." And it's like, yeah, I wonder where I can get them, Comedy Central. I wonder where I can get higher quality cameras to do this stuff. But it's cool. It's all par for the course, as they say, right? Par for the course. I don't even golf. I don't even golf. And
you gotta ask KB for some advice. He used to be in the golf, right? He was a caddy. He used to be a caddy.
Yeah, I think that's I got to start caddying.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, you should start being a caddy on the side.
Start being a caddy on the side. I'll caddy. Yeah. I don't know if that works. I'm going to read a few super chats. Then I want to get into the whole Stuttering John thing.
Sure, yeah.
With you, which yeah, you nice podcast. Stupid. Who's a good egg? Neal. How come you didn't go on TSN but were in the chat? Did they ask you to go on the Shuli Network?
No, but during the show, Shuli asked me on air to be on Point Dabble Point tomorrow. Okay. So I'll be on there tomorrow with Cardiff Electric and Shuli and whoever else is on there. I guess Carl.
I do like the potato. The potato was like he's one like. People say like they're like, "Oh, the Shuli Network helped monetize your channel." It was Cardiff Electric. I mean, Cardiff will tell you like it was. He's a guy. It wasn't someone, and that's no disrespect to the Shuli Network. I'm not saying that, but it was Cardiff Electric is the one that like walked me through all the steps. That potato. Don't worry, he's got his faults. He's still a punk.
He was one of the first people. As soon as I was on Stuttering John, he immediately messaged me. He was like warning me, like, don't give him any information.
No, don't do. Yeah. And by the way, I don't hate Stuttering John. That's the
I
other
don't
thing
either.
Too. Like
that's why it's very bizarre to me.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll watch some clips, man. And if I make money tonight, I'll be able to give you some money. That's the other thing too. Like I know, but like people are like, "Oh, does he pay his guests?" Like a lot of times I'm sitting here and I'm like $40, and it's like, all right. But yeah, if I do make money, I always pay my guests when I hit a threshold. I'm like, oh hey. Let's like I'm not an asshole. Because I did start doing that at the beginning. I would pay everybody, and it was like I wasn't making that much. I did not know YouTube took their cut and all that. And
they take quite a big cut. Yeah,
and it's like, hey,
it's like you end up losing money doing the show.
Ray, I'm curious. What are the 3 states water exists in? I think it exists in every state. Water exists in
Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, all the states.
Yeah, that's 3 right there.
Yeah.
Nasty Neal answered the question for me.
Well, the real answer though, they were talking about solid, liquid, and gas.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, water. Yeah, the 3 states of water. Yes, you're right. It's solid being ice, gas being like oxygen. H2O, it's in the air, and then water, the liquid form.
People come here to learn about science.
Yeah. So there you go.
Basic science here.
Bo Beardington, What's your fave, Doc? Mine's the Blair Witch Project.
A documentary?
Oh, documentary, dude. I've been watching the Vince McMahon thing on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. But I think my all-time favorite documentary outside of Ken Burns documentaries, like I liked his baseball thing, but documentaries is definitely The Last Dance, and this Vince McMahon thing is.
Yeah, especially when you get to the final episode, because it's about more of the modern stuff, with all the allegations.
Oh, dude, I mean, it's already insane. I mean, it's also like weird. I'm just like, I go back and watch them. I'm only like 3 episodes in. I'm taking in all the episodes.
Yeah.
Like I'm going back and rewatch them because that's like my childhood. And like I grew up with it. And like I became an adult.
So you're a big wrestling fan too? I
not as much. I'm not.
You were like in the 80s?
Yeah, like I mean, I grew up with wrestling, and I was always aware of it, and I was always like watching it when I was a kid. But it is weird when they try to make him a sympathetic figure at some point. It's like,
yeah, there's not much to like about the guy. Honestly.
It's like what? There's nothing. Like when they were being like the whole steroid thing, like trying to. I get it.
Wearing the neck brace and
yeah, and it's like I get it. He didn't tell them to take the steroid, and that's fine. Like he should not be held accountable for that. But they just glossed over the fact that he sexually assaulted that woman referee in that same episode.
And looked over a lot of other things.
Yeah, and like. Yeah, I haven't got that far. I know he's not a good dude. That's all I'm going to say.
So if you don't know, I also do a pro wrestling podcast. So I've interviewed a lot of wrestlers from the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah. Speaking of which, when he was alive, I got into it with Iron Sheik just on a tweet.
Yeah.
I just go, hey, if you're a wrestler from the 80s and you're still alive, obviously you didn't take your career seriously. And then the Iron Sheik came after me. He's like, fuck you, you jabroni.
Yeah, so I had the Iron Sheik on my podcast in 2005. It was, almost 20 years ago now. And it was before he was on Stern. And I had him on the show, and it was a 5-minute interview. My first question I asked, he blew up on me. And he's like, I am all-American. I'm not fucking Saddam Hussein. And he went crazy, and he screamed at me, and he hung up.
Oh,
and
dude, I loved it. By the way,
everywhere.
Yeah, I do. I fucking loved it. Like him coming after me on Twitter was like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome." I was like, I am a piece of shit, Iron Sheik.
Yeah,
yeah.
So this was like a year before he was on Howard Stern doing all that. So it was pretty wild.
But someone told me that's not him that ran his Twitter account.
No, it isn't. It was like his. It was the same guy that also ran the Virgil one. It's the same like agent guy.
Oh, Virgil from by the way, I started watching that wrestling documentary, and I thought that was Virgil. It was Tony Atlas.
Oh yeah. I've had Tony Atlas on the show,
but he looked like Virgil. But yeah, I'm a giant wrestling fan. Like when I was a kid, I had all the action figures, those rubber dolls, and the yeah, fucking. Do they do that like Plane Ride from Hell and shit? Is that it?
Yeah, that's on. Yeah, that's not on that episode, but there's
no. Is it coming up? It's coming up though, and the documentary.
No, not on that one, but there's a completely different documentary series that you should watch. It's The Dark Side of the Ring on Vice.
Yeah, I want to watch.
They have a whole episode just about that.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking obviously I loved wrestling like when I was a kid. I wasn't crazy. I was more into like watching sports like NFL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. But at the same time, like, oh, dude, I was into all that shit. Are you kidding me? I'm not. But I fucking loved wrestling. Like I've got to the point like I did not know I didn't know the details of the screw job. I did not know like Bret Hart was not in. But by the way, that's on Bret Hart. Fuck you, dude. It's not your company. They say you got to lose a belt. You got to lose a belt.
Yeah, there's a little more to it though. Like he was willing to lose the title, but not to Shawn Michaels and not in his home country.
That's not.
Well, there was a lot of backstory between them. Like Shawn Michaels wouldn't lose to him at certain times. Wrestling was a little different back then.
Okay.
Yeah. They had like a really heated, like actual rivalry in real life. So.
But still, it's like you work for this company. If your boss tells you got to do this, and by the way, Vince McMahon's a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you work for my company. You don't tell me what I can and can't do. Like, it's like, no, you're part of this. Like, put it this way. There's on the scale of things Vince McMahon did wrong.
But Shawn Michaels had a lot of time through his career wouldn't lose to different people too. So it's,
oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't. That's a real thing you could do. I didn't know none of this shit.
If you have enough leverage, yeah. I think guys like Hulk Hogan had creative control in his contract where, like, if he just didn't want to do anything, he didn't have to do it.
Yeah, and then also like him bitching about like Ted Turner buying up his wrestlers. Like, dude, that's what you did.
Yeah, in the 80s, that's how WWF started. Yeah, he bought up all the stars from all the territories.
Like, I remember, like, when I was a kid, I would watch my grandfather watched wrestling, and I would like be in his bedroom watching wrestling with him, and we would watch NWA, which was
Ric Flair was the champ, Dusty Rhodes.
No, it was I don't know that, but it was when Tommy Rich was there, and he was also Mr. R. Yeah, but he was also like Mr. R because he like got banned, and Brad Armstrong, and it was
probably Georgia, like Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Whatever, it was on TBS. If I might be, I was like 9 years old, so I don't remember. I just remember my grandpa liked watching, so I would like watch it with him, and it was Paul Ellering had like the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
So it was a road. Ellering. Yeah, so it was the Road Warriors, King Kong Bundy, and who's the other guy?
Jake the Snake might have been with him.
Yeah, Jake the Snake was in there, and like I just remember like watching that and being like, "This is." I was just like a little kid. I was like, "This is crazy."
Yeah, I started watching with my grandfather too because he was a big wrestling fan when I was.
But my grandfather could like barely speak English, and he would just like laugh when they would like beat the shit out of him. Like, yeah. But he would, I enjoyed it, watching it with him. It was pretty cool. So I mean, I don't know. So like, I was always into wrestling because of that, and like he would laugh when they would like beat the shit out of each other. And it's like, all right. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah. To answer Bo Beardington, if I'll pick a horror documentary, probably Never Sleep Again. It's a documentary about all the Nightmare on Elm Street films.
Oh, the documentary, not even the movies.
Well, he asked specifically documentary, I believe. So.
Okay. So that's one. Yeah, the Blair Witch Project. I remember that being like,
yeah, it's not really a documentary.
I remember that being disappointing though, like watching it when I was like in my early 20s or whatever. It was like, I guess that was.
I've actually never been a big fan of it either, but I think at the time you had to be kind of like involved in all the hype around it because the people really thought maybe it was real. So yeah, it's a hard movie to get to watch like outside of that era.
But I was also never into horror movies because a lot of it was just like people jumping out from behind.
Yeah, that's what's called a scare, jump scare.
And it's like, all right, like. Yeah, if anyone jumped up behind me in real life, I'd also be like, ah.
right,
so it's like, all right, I guess it. But also, like, the bad guy can never be, like, contained or whatever. And it's like, all right, I get it. I see where it's going.
It's probably more like a slasher movie, but, there's all different types of horror movies.
Yeah. Yeah, Amityville Horror was scariest for me when I was a kid. Just because I heard it was based on a true story. Yeah. And just the fact, like, you can't control that, like haunted
house kind of deal.
Yeah, and I just remember like saying it was based on a true story, like kind of weirded me out. Like, that's some, I don't know, like spirits can possess you and like make you do shit. Yeah. And it's like, that's weird. In modern day, we call that schizophrenia. We call that schizophrenia.
Did that make you scared of the blueberry cereal? You're like, my breakfast is
no. No. I always liked Halloween as a kid. Who doesn't like Halloween?
Candy, you can dress up.
Everything but candy corn. Candy corn's overrated as shit.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. I'm fine with it. It's not like I'm rushing out to buy a bunch of candy corn. But,
but if you go trick or treating and it's like a bunch of candy corn, it's like candy corn. It's the same thing with like hard candies, like hard,
like butterscotch. Like
you're like
in your pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb.
And I remember when I was a kid, there'd always be like one or two old people that would give you it would be like 10 pennies and they'd wrap it in tinfoil. And it's like, what am I going to do with this 10 cents?
At least they tried.
They tried. Yeah, they did try.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, at least
they
tried.
The people who just turn the lights off and they're like, don't come here.
Yeah, so I agree with that. Ari Jane, good lady. How much to watch you hit that G-spot in your ear? As for my mom friends, happy almost New Year. I think that's a joke I would do about like the Q-tip in the ear.
I know who you are, Ray. So yeah, the Q-tip.
Yeah.
I know all your big hits.
My big hits. Are you kidding me? Some people say they're not hits. A lot of people are like, he's the worst. Ray's the worst comedian ever.
I'm aware of that too. No.
Yeah. Just for like, he tried to make a joke. He actually performs. He's the worst. But Ari Jane's a great lady. We all love Ari Jane.
I'm glad that you and Ari are friendly again.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. I'm always be a big fan of Ari. She's a lovely lady. She's great. Ray, what guns are you going to be showing off tonight? Mr. Rapey, Dad, did you see that? Anthony Cumia, like his channel got shut down because I'm glad.
He took a gun. I actually thought he was telling you to just start flexing here, like you've been hitting the gym and working out.
No, I did a stream a few nights ago and I took it down. David Collins took out a toy gun for some reason. Someone texted him, took out a toy gun, and like people let me know immediately, and I just deleted it, just because, like I don't want literally any of that smoke.
Yeah,
I'm glad I took it down. I just like I put up the audio only. It's on my Patreon. Patreon.com/Ray DeVito, only $3, but I put it up there just the audio. I was like, I'm not. Like he's like, it's a fake gun. I do it all the time on my streams. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, it could either be someone sees it and they report it to be an ass, or like the bots, the bots just pick it up and then, they can tell that there's a gun there and they just take, and then it's hard to actually get into contact with like a real person to talk.
I don't think it's a real gun. Here's another reason why I don't. First of all, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was only there, like no one could see it. Like Matt Ferry, who's I like Matt Ferry.
I meant like if the bots on YouTube could pick it up and just think it's a real gun. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't even see it. Like someone that sent me, like, hey, check this out. I didn't even know what they were talking about, and I like had to look at it carefully. It's like, oh, but like Matt Ferry was on the stream. He's a friend of mine. I'm gonna do some baseball card streams with him, some card opening streams with him. He asked me to do, and like. He was sitting next to him and didn't even notice it happen. So it was like, I think it's a nothing burger, but I don't even care just to be safe.
Yeah, why risk it?
It's like, who cares? Like,
I once played a trailer. It was for a horror comedy, Scarecrows versus the Third Reich. And it's like this stupid movie about the World War II Nazis fighting scarecrows. And YouTube said it was hate speech. And I was like, this is like,
really?
It's like stupid, comedy that's like clearly not real. And
yeah, I just thought it was like, I was just, someone like let me know, and I don't think he had an ill intention. I guess he says he does that on like it's a fake gun that he like.
Yeah, someone here in the chat earlier said that there was. I guess there's gun channels that show. I guess you can show guns, but you can't threaten people.
Yeah, so like, by the way, like there was no mention of anything like that on my stream or whatever. Just someone pointed out that like that happened. I was like, all right, I just like shut it down. I just put the audio only on what do you call it? I just did that on Patreon.
On Patreon.
So that's it. Vlad was a good egg, says Shmuel Buckman. Shmuel Buckman's a good egg.
That's a good name though, Shmuel Buckman. I don't know if that's his real name, but it's a good name.
It's not his real name, but we don't need to know his real name.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to dox him. I just like the name. That's all.
New Jersey Ranger. No, for real, Ray. Did you see David? No, I didn't. Someone pointed out to me. Also, Matt Ferrer sitting right next to him. He didn't even see it. So it was like very nonchalant. And I guess it's a toy gun that he does all the time. But I was like, I just shut it down. I'm like,
So
I was like, no,
did
thank you.
Anthony do anything with the gun? Did he just have it there?
No, I think he like talked about it like nonstop and like was telling people that they should own him and stuff. I think he like elaborated pretty intensely about it. So it was like, all right, Ray, Dracula is gonna stick it to you.
Whoa,
gonna stick it to you. Thank you, One Furious F, who's a good egg. And by the way, he's a very funny super chatter. He like takes care of me behind the scenes, but I like him super chatting just because he's funny. He's like a really funny super chat.
You can interact with it.
One Furious F is a very funny super chatter, beloved chatter is, and so is Mr. Rapey Ray. Even though Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray hates my guts, he's very funny. So they're the three funniest as far as I know. I will give them. Johnny Carson's also very funny.
That's good advice for anyone on the internet, but especially if you're in the Dabbleverse. If someone makes fun of you, even if it's kind of mean and it's funny, you should roll with it and not take it personal. And otherwise you're gonna go crazy. So
but yeah, they're funny super chats. Ray, you prefer middle or back of Human Centipede? I think it's the same whether you're middle or back. I just
probably if you
just want to be front.
One,
I guess you want to be the front.
If you have to be, which is probably not good to be in it at all, but the front is the way to go.
The front's the way to go.
Yeah.
Neal, what made you get rid of the pumpkins? What are the pumpkins? The smashing pumpkins?
I do like to smash. I do have them here. Actually, I just took down all the Christmas. These are up since Halloween, and then I took down all the Christmas lights because Christmas is over. And I also took the pumpkin. I'll put one up though if he wants.
An albino pumpkin?
Yeah, there you
go. Nice podcast at Ray. Who is most sympathetic horror movie killer? A nice podcast stupid is also very funny. I'm a big fan of it, and he's a big supporter of this show. Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid. I'm a big fan of his. Check out his podcast as well. I'm going to say I would do that. I'm not even going to say like horror movies, but I would say this, Nasty Neal. Like the superhero movies, like superheroes when you're a kid, like everyone likes Batman, Spider-Man, and all that, but all the villains.
Oh, like they're the most interesting.
But like Dr. Doom, Dr. Octopus, they were all like
the Joker from DC.
Yeah, but they were like these great scientists that nobody took seriously, and they had like one mishap. Like, they dedicated all this shit.
Lizard.
They dedicated all this shit to make everything cool. And like one thing backfired, and everyone's like, he's the worst thing ever. It's like, you think I'm a piece of shit? Well, I'm going to show you I'm a piece of shit. It's like, I identify with the bad guys. Like I collected all this student loan and I did all this shit for you guys to like give me shit. Go fuck yourselves. I sympathize with the bad guys and the superhero movies as an adult. When you're a kid, you're like, the Hulk's amazing. Spider-Man's awesome. But like, then you look at the villains and their backstory, like, wait a minute. As an adult, you're like, nah, I side more with the bad guys in the superhero movie.
Yeah. No, and I think a good bad guy, in their mind, what they're doing is for the greater good. I think a good bad guy should be doing what they think is right.
Tyranny, Uncle Jack wants you on, Ray. I don't know if I know Uncle Jack. That name sounds familiar off the top of my head, but I like Tyranny. Yeah. Neal, what are some of Liam's biggest weaknesses?
He's got a lot. Very smug, very
for
arrogant.
Like no reason. Like
I tried
for like zero reason to be like arrogant.
I tried to be friendly with him multiple times on MLC. Even after we were going at it, then I was like, well, let's bring it back and like just have like a, be nice. And he was not having it. Yeah, it was very, very arrogant, very smug, very condescending, and very.
I think he's aware of it, and he knows you've accomplished way more than him. He knows it, but like he can't give into that. He's got to pretend that he's done some shit, and it's like he knows he didn't do anything. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He avoids success like he avoids treadmills. he knows that. Like you know.
I will admit he can be entertaining to watch on some of these shows.
Yeah. Like he's not a bad dude. I think he's not
a good guy either, but
no, but yeah, like he like tries to troll and it's like, all right, like no, he trolls me and I get it. He's on my show and he trolls me and I'm like, I'm fine with that when I'm like going along with it. But like the other night with like Chris, and Chris doesn't know him, I'm like, this is not the time to troll. Like we're not. No, nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
So like weird shit like that.
When they were showing the clips of Stuttering John, which we'll get to, but I did see he was over there and he was super chatting John. He was almost like he was tattletaling on the teacher. He's like, he's like, oh, Mr. Melendez, Nasty Neal said this about you, and I was like,
oh really? All right, we're gonna get into all that stuff. Like we'll watch some clips. Like that's what Neal. Any advice for aspiring filmmakers like Liam?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go on a film set. I mean, he's in film school. I'm not going to take that away from him. That's great. But I do think real life experience is going to be more important. He'll definitely learn stuff in film school, but being on a film set and being at film festivals, and also a big thing, he should not publicly be making fun of independent filmmakers and festivals.
Oh, he did that? I didn't see that.
Yeah, very much so. And festivals, because that's where his movies are going to be playing.
That's not cool at all.
No, other filmmakers will not want to work with you or have you on set,
so I don't. So do you think he's actually serious about doing films if he's taking that road? Like you can't be serious. Like
I think he wants to be the next like Woody Allen because he had mentioned that a couple times. But I don't think he can just become that. And the last interview one of the last shows with him, he started talking about wanting to make independent horror movies, but I don't think he even likes horror. That's kind of hot right now. So I think maybe he wants to get into that. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him too serious, but yeah, like that's how you get involved. Like that's how, like literally, that's
probably
how
a lot of fields. Like I would assume, like you yourself, I assume being around other comedians at clubs, like. People know you, and it's like, oh, it's fun to have Ray here, or maybe not.
They don't say that. They don't. No, that's me being self-deprecating. But no, I get what you're saying, and it's more like, yeah, it's fun. Like that's how, like when I started doing sketches for Comedy Central, it's more like, oh, that was funny. You want to submit them and we'll put them on Adam TV, and it was like, all right, and they're like, some of them they're like, yeah, this isn't high quality film. It's like, all right, well, and then some of them they're like, this is great, and then you didn't get that much money. Like I would pay people to shoot them and edit them, and like it like just covered the cost what they paid me to put it on television. But at the same time, I was just happy my sketch was on television.
Of course, yeah.
So it's like that's
that in theory. That's like a calling card. Like, hey, you can look at this.
Yeah.
Maybe it will lead to something else.
Yeah. So I mean, I just enjoyed watching my sketch on television. It's like, oh hey, that's me. That's a sketch I wrote. A sketch I wrote and a sketch I'm in on television. Hey everybody, that's me. I'll be on at 2:00 in the morning on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
But like what was disheartening is like, it's not as high as quality as the last one. It's like, yeah, I think I know how it could be higher quality. Who would have the cameras and the editing ability to make it higher quality? But that's why Comedy Central's gone, or it's kind of gone. They were nice. I liked them in the capacity they knew me. I heard Mr. McMahon Cardiffed all over a chick too. Cardiff heard. Oh, I didn't get that far into it.
Yeah, that's it's pretty some really nasty stuff out there about Vince.
Yes, yeah, he sounds like a. Will you ever have Granny on again? I don't think Granny likes me, so it's like it's fine. Granny can. I don't hate Granny, but like, I don't know him outside of BYB podcast. I like.
I think they left. Didn't him and Lemmy leave BYB podcast? I think they do their own thing.
Oh, they did. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really know either. But.
I don't dislike Granny, but I wish him the best. I wish him the best.
I get a lot of people saying I look like Quadfather on these shows.
I don't think you look like Quadfather.
And that's not an insult to me. I just
yeah, I think it's a handsome guy. I think you're a handsome guy. I think you're both handsome people. But yeah, if Granny wants to do it, Granny could. But also, I don't want to fight with people. Like every time I did BYB and he was on it, he wanted to fight with me about just whatever.
Yeah,
It's like
I think that's kind of his deal. He seems a very
it's like
guy.
It's like I don't want to fight just to fight. Like, all right, if there was something we disagreed on, actually, then it's like maybe there's something we can have a conversation and debate back and forth. But it was more like just like coming at me to come at me, and it's like, all right, it's cool. It's like I don't. Ray's a good egg. Thank you, Terry Nee. Terry Nee's a good egg.
Are you proud that that's become a thing? I mean, everyone says a good egg, and that clearly came from you. I mean, no matter what chat or anything, that's going to come up. He's a good egg.
Pick up a pen, raise a good egg. Let's squash it. Let's squash the beef. Yeah. I have a lot of catchphrases around here.
Yeah. It's not just Stuttering John with that's a fact, Jack, but there's a lot of Rayisms out there.
It's I try to go along. Ray, Granny wants to bury the hatchet. Send the link. I will not tonight, because we got stuff. We're gonna watch some clips here in a minute. Teamster Tim, who's a good egg, and my new moderator. Hannaford, New Jersey was a hometown of John Carpenter. John Carpenter, here's the deal about John Carpenter. Before I read the rest of the super chat, I knew him from the Thriller video. He did the Thriller video for Michael Jackson, which was kind of like a horror video.
Oh yeah, with Vincent Price, doing the voiceover.
Yeah. Haddonfield, New Jersey was a hometown of John Carpenter, and the first Friday the 13th was filmed in New Jersey, the mall where the Dawn of the Dead was shot, just out of Pittsburgh. Ray knows nothing about horror. I don't know. I don't know nothing about horror or horse. I know nothing about either of them. I'm a fucking idiot, Teamster Tim, about both of these.
Is Teamster Tim a horror guy?
Yeah, he does. He does. Oh, cool. He does like a horror movie. He likes Nightmare on Elm Street. I know that's one of his favorite. And I do like Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That was like one of the.
Oh, yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one is not that great, but Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was like the first horror movie I saw, and I was like, that's a good movie. It was just a good movie.
The lead of that, Mark Patton, he's in my the first feature I made, the Once and Future Smash.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get another beer, and I'm gonna let you talk to the free chat.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna watch some of the clips because that you sent me that I want to get into.
All right,
you're a good man.
Thank you.
Just don't porn bomb my channel.
You're not. That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna start shooting at the screen with my guns or anything. John Landis directed a Thriller. Came up here in the chat. Let's see. Snagglepuss, Bathroom for Beer. Who knows? That could be possible. By the way, I mentioned my film. The last time I was on MLC, I believe they said I didn't mention the name, but so the Once and Future Smash. This is a horror comedy, a mockumentary, kind of like This Is Spinal Tap, but about the horror world. So you don't have to be a big horror fan, but it would help because I think you would know the people in it and get the in-jokes better. But that was my first feature movie, that and End Zone 2, and they are available on Blu-ray, and they're also streaming out there. Let's see here. Shu Lee, Ray is going to snort some cocaine with Dave Sarah. It's possible. We got people asking me to pull out my Glock. OG Mumbling Nick, have you ever been to the Conjuring house? No, I haven't, but that's not far from me. Not far from Nick either. We're very close. I know I don't want to dox the man. Harry Dunn. Neal, what are your 5 favorite things about Rob Saul? I like Rob Saul. He's a horror guy. He likes horror movies. He discovered me apparently.
Discovered, yeah. We're gonna get into all that. Yeah. Go ahead, finish your thought about
that. I like Rob. I don't want people to think I don't like Rob.
By the way, I don't hate Rob either. Yeah. Like I did not realize like how confrontational he is about everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I get that's probably fun for for some of the audience, but I've told this to Rob. I do think you can't take stuff so personal and try to roll with this a little bit, and I think it would be easier, he could get along with more people.
Yeah, I don't dislike him at all, but like, yeah, he goes out of his way to not be liked.
Yeah.
Even when he's like on my stream, sometimes, like even when he's on my stream with Liam, and it's like he's just so combative, and like he's combative to me, and it's like,
I
dude,
think it's he. Well, yeah, I don't really get why.
and it's like, dude, I didn't bring you on to fight with me. Like, I brought you on to like just fuck around. Like, he's like, raise this, and like, the one time it was with Tracy Jane, and he's like, you got this whore on, blah blah. It's like, Rob, what? Like, it's like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. So, I think when he saw Liam, though, it was like he just saw red. Like,
by the way, Liam was not going to be on that show at all. Liam, like, you guys were talking about Liam, and I was like, all right, and Liam was here, so I just sent him the link. It was not supposed to be.
Look, it makes for some, confrontation. That's going to make for a fun show. Or maybe not fun, but it can make for, a show that people will talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I get it. I didn't see it as like you were trying to like surprise and like like ambush anybody. So I thought it was, good. People were talking about it. So. It got clipped.
That doesn't make, like, people talk about serial killers. It doesn't mean it's fucking
people
awesome.
Talk about people to this day talk about Jeffrey Dahmer, so he can't be all bad.
He's not good.
Charles Manson, people are still talking about that guy.
All right, let's.
If he was around today, people would be clipping Charles Manson on all these clip shows. I guess you have a point there. Right?
I'm looking at. Yeah, no, so you just sent me a screenshot of.
Oh, I see. Yeah, those are screen. I can grab the clips.
Yeah. If you can message me the clip.
Just give me 1 sec.
Cause I want to go into like.
Yeah, and then TSN just recently, last night or tonight, just a couple hours ago, they went over.
Now I want to go over it with you. Like,
no, I agree. I wasn't there for that. So there's two people that have it. There's Stalin 19.
Stalin 19. I like Stalin. I like all the. I like So Thorough, Joe Burrow, Stalin 19. Misery loves clips. If I'm missing someone, I'm an asshole. My Lost Interest is also great.
Menser Math is a good one. I think that he's a little not as known as well.
Doom, I like Doom. Doom's a good band. All right, Stalin 19. Let's get again. I suck at this. I get it. Okay, here we go.
And then there's a 10-minute version. That one's 7 minutes. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Jennifer Gardner's doing an ad. Yeah, I don't have like ad-free stuff. All right.
I don't either, Ray.
Here we go.
So people got a super chat here. You can buy Ray the ad-free.
No, everyone's nice. No one's got a.
I'm just messing around.
Yeah, I'm the grifter over here. I'm. By the way, I like. That's a weird thing to like defend. Like, obviously, I like when people super chat me and subscribe to my channel or buy memberships. Like, am I a dick for being like, don't know? Obviously, that's fucking great. But I'm also like, not sitting around and be like, you have to do it otherwise. Like, you know what I mean? It's a weird middle thing to be involved in, if that makes sense. Like, it's.
How do you read that? I read it Stalin. Somebody said that you don't say it's Stalin.
It's Stalin. This is Stalin right here. Stalin 19.
That's what it looks like to me, too.
Yeah. Stuttering John betrayed by Nasty Neal. You betrayed me.
It makes me like Judas or something. Like
that thing she did to me.
This was the Last Supper, and
yeah. The things you did to me, Nasty Neal. All right, here we go. Oh shit. Because I have it on.
Yeah. So real quick before you start it, I was in the movies yesterday when he was live, and so a lot of my friends were messaging me. He's like, he's talking about you. And I'm like, I can't take my phone out in the theater. It's bad enough that I even looked at my messages, but I just can't take my phone out in the movie theater and just start watching Stuttering John, while I'm watching a movie. It probably would be.
So this is the, speaking of states, Ray, how many states are in the U.S.? 50, 48 in the continental United States. Thank you, LLLL.
It's Stallion, they're saying. New York.
Stallion.
New Jersey Ranger. Stallion. Okay. I like Stallion.
Stallion 19. Yeah. He's
Stallion 19. Okay.
Would you 86 Granny and I-80? No, I have no problems with him. Ray, send Uncle Jack's tattoo the link. I like Uncle Jack too on BYB. Will you please send Granny the link asking for Uncle Jack's dog? If I'll hit up Granny another time. I will.
Yeah, I don't mind if you add somebody. It's fine.
Yeah, but not tonight.
They probably won't have anything to add to this part.
Yeah, not tonight. But I'll I'm cool with the guy. Hot lady in clown makeup wants Whoopi. You into it? I guess if she's a hot lady, I don't care what she's wearing.
Is that vagina wrinkle? I know she's always pictures.
Nick in Fort Wayne, I got something for you later, buddy. So later, before we end this stream, I'm sending baseball cards of Chicago White Sox players to Nick in Fort Wayne, but also he's getting all the cards in this 1991 Topps baseball thing. And the rookie card to get in this pack is Chipper Jones. So that's the one you want to root for, Nick in Fort Wayne. But you're getting whatever cards are in this pack before the stream's end. It's going all the Nick in Fort Wayne. You're getting it, Nick in Fort Wayne, whether you want it or not. I know you're a Notre Dame fan. Good luck to you. Go Ohio State. Go Buckeyes. I hope we beat the shit out of Neal. Did you check with SJ before coming on?
I'm not. Update. He has blocked me he's not blocked me, but he's blocked me for messaging. So I cannot message him anymore.
By the way, that's insane. Like you gotta get his permission. Like I get with when Brennan gets upset at me a little bit because Kevin pays me to be on. Like
paid you well, and you're on there a lot. You're like a regular.
So like I get if Kevin's like upset about me with some stuff with that, but like Stuttering John doesn't pay anybody. Like
and I was on your show one time in my life. It wasn't
just
like
one.
One time.
Just one
it's not like I've been on there.
Just one time. Just one time.
Right. The other times I was on Rob's show and then John joined, but I've only been on Stuttering John's show once.
And Granny loves Ray. I don't know Granny. Granny's never been nice to me. I don't hate Granny, but Neal, how was it making films with? Did you really make films with ESO?
No.
Ray,
do not put that one out there.
Yeah, all right. Johnny Carson, who's a good egg. Johnny Carson's a great egg. Nasty, you should do a slash with Ray, getting rid of all the comics in New York City.
That's actually not a bad idea, to be honest. I like
Call it Sliced Open Mind. That's actually a pretty funny premise for a movie.
Yeah, especially if you could get like cameos from like real New York comedians. I think that would be pretty fun. That could work.
Yeah,
like everyone can play themselves. Yeah.
And I could get that. Like, I mean, I don't know if you know the sketch I did with Brennan, but we had like Carmen Lynch, Mark Norman, Ryan Long. Like, we had a bunch of like Kevin Brennan was in it. Like, we had some.
It'd be like Crashing, but
we had a bunch of A-listers in it. Me and Liz Mealy. Liz Mealy's killing it.
Yeah. Ray DeVito's in this. I'm getting it.
Neal, did KB pay you? If not, it ain't happening. No, you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. I don't. Harry Dunn. Hello, Ray, you dummy. Daytwa, you're my favorite, Daytwa. I love you, Daytwa. You're a good lady. Wish happy birthday to my best friend, Fran Klish. I think he's trying to trick me. Happy birthday, Fran. I'll just call you Fran. Ray, please show some baseball cards and stats to Neal. Let's start with Wade Boggs. And don't forget Tony Gwynn, Kirby Puckett, would be nice. Jesus.
Wow.
Giving me grief over here. Come on. I like you. LOL. I did that last night for zero reason. Nobody asked for it. I just did. I just did it. All right. Let's watch this clip of Stuttering John, the guy you betrayed. You betrayed this guy.
Man, I can't believe it.
Just to betray me is this nasty Neal. Now, again, this is just.
By the way, I'm stopping it right there. He doesn't even know who you are. Is he saying you betrayed him? He has no idea who the fuck you are. He's like, I was betrayed by
Let me get the paper
yeah,
out. Like,
let me get the name right. The nasty Neal. That's why I was betrayed. The way he's like, he doesn't even know your name as he's saying you betrayed him. What a fucking idiot.
We were very close, hung out all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember your name. I was betrayed by this guy, nasty Neal, like with a question mark at the end. All right.
Me is this nasty Neal. Now, again, this is just typical horseshit. And really, Rob Saul should feel the most burned, but because I'm friends with Rob, and I'm like,
see, now he's going to be the big time hero. He's just standing up for Rob. This one's like clipped together, but when I watched the longer version on Shuli Network earlier, he went on a little while before he brought up Rob. Like he kept saying that I burned him, and then a little bit later he started putting Rob into this. And I've talked to Rob, to be completely fair, and he has no problems at all. So I don't know. It's possible. It's possible that Rob didn't talk to John, or Rob.
But by the way, who gives a fuck? He doesn't have to like what.
That's how I saw
channels. Like what?
Yeah, and I didn't. And for anyone who watched the show, I never said anything bad about John or Rob on MLC. In fact, I stood up for them whenever they came up.
Is he? By the way, is John wearing a T-shirt that says "Pick up a pen"?
That would be pretty amazing. But I think it's something about like rescue animals. Pick a rescue dog or something.
All right.
I'm actually loyal. I would never screw over Rob Saul. I would never screw over Kate Meany. I would never screw over Clay Dabbler. Dirty Deeds.
Didn't he call Kate's mom and try to get her into like
Hitman?
Yeah, he called Kate's mom and tried to get her into rehab or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he doxed Clay live on air a couple times. And I know they made up, but
how did he get Kate Meany's mom's number to know?
I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
How to get a hold of Kate Meany's mom?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's also weird. Like, I know I'm older than you, lady, but your daughter, she's out of control.
And what does she think now? Like, if they're actually like together?
I don't know.
I don't want to get it.
Yeah, I like Kate in the capacity I know her, but I don't want to know her more than like, yeah. If Kate reaches out to me, I'll say hello, but like, I don't know. I don't care. I don't.
And Dan, no, I don't screw people over. I wouldn't feel right about myself. But these people, they don't care. They don't have a conscience. They don't have a soul.
I don't have a soul. Holy shit.
Talking about you. You don't have a soul. You don't have a soul. Then again, you're into horror movies.
That's true. I'm a soulless man.
You don't have a soul, dude. You don't have a soul, dude. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know. I was such a dastardly guy. I thought I was a pretty good person, but I don't know.
He makes it sound like you murdered someone.
Yeah, I was just
like you murdered someone in cold blood or something. Like, he doesn't have a soul. The way he pickpocketed that mother of four on the subway is like what?
Jeffrey Dahmer here.
Yeah. You don't have a soul.
Just get black eyes, soulless eyes.
So this is you without a soul.
Raised that way.
You were raised that
my
way.
Children that way. Actions have repercussions. So this nasty.
You know what also is weird? I mean, I'm not trying to shit on John.
Every single thing about this. Yeah, go on.
But I'm not trying to shit on John, but like he's at his mom's place, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So he The connection he has with his mom, you think he would want to have that connection with his actual children, and he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know anything about his, his personal.
Yeah, and you're taking the high. Like I don't know either, but I'm just saying, like, from what I gather, his kids want nothing to do with any of this shit.
Well, I wouldn't. even if they get along, I can't blame him for not wanting any part of the Dabbleverse stuff.
Could you, if they, hey, by the way, if they were like really close, could you imagine him calling his kids like, could you believe what Nasty Neal did to me? This Nasty Neal. Who's Nasty Neal?
He's talking to the shitware.
Yeah.
He was on the internet with Pinky.
Yeah.
So the time I was on, John, just real quick, Ray. So I was on Stuttering John, and my brother, he doesn't follow the Dabbleverse, but he knows Stuttering John from Howard Stern. So he's watching it, and while he's watching, he's like texting me because he thought we were going to talk about movie stuff. He's like, "Who's the shitware? Who's Baby Fatso? What is he talking about?" And so, I tried to explain him to him, like, the next day I went out with them, but I'm like, it's impossible to explain all this.
Don't even bother. Don't even bother.
A loser sends me a DM. Now I have no respect for this guy. Okay, he goes. So now he comes on my show. Then he says, "Hey John, thanks again for having me on. It's been a weird week seeing my interview with you, Snipe, streamed by KB and Chad. I guess the Potato and Carter too. I did not see that, but message, and then 3 hours of it on shitware. LOL." Anyway,
that's a
if
lie.
you ever want me to pop back
that
on,
actually part, Ray, that's a lie.
What was that? What did he lie about?
I did not say in the shitware, LOL, because I unless I'm making fun of those names, I never use those like shitware and Pinky and stuff. So that part is untrue. That's not a message. I did not send him a message about the shitware. I mean, I have the messages right here. I did say, I mentioned that they talked about on Shuli, but what he said was not accurate.
So you're saying, by the way, you don't have to message John to be like a guy that doesn't pay to do shows to be like, hey, can I go on this show?
Yeah, I didn't ask him to go on. And because I'm not going to, if I want to go on a show, I'm just going to do it. What I was telling him there was, it was weird after I did his show, then it was sniped by all these other shows. And that was kind of funny to me because I'm not used to having people. I am now, but at the time I wasn't used to people sniping me. You know what I mean? And so it's weird to go on like the next day and like it's all over, all the shows that I pay attention to. So I just thought it was kind of funny,
So yeah, you just like, hey, people are sniping this. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So what did you say to him? I mean, you don't got to show me the message, but
no, I
just out of curiosity.
Yeah. The full clip. He reads every message I ever sent him on the full clip, and it's not many. It's like 10. It's like 10. I've talked. He's never replied to me besides one time to ask me my email, and I sent like maybe 10 messages to him. So he doesn't really have anything to dox about me. Like he doesn't know my like.
And don't do that. Don't
give
him.
No, I don't. No, of course not. But the point is, like, so he reads every message. So he's reading like, and he says, "Thanks for having me on." It's like, and then he sends me Merry Christmas. And I'm just like, this is me being this soulless man. I wish him Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. What a piece of shit. He sends me this on December 25th. He wishes me a Merry Christmas on December 25th. What a heart. And then he betrays me.
But yeah, then he said that that it was something there he said about the shitware, but I didn't say that. I said that it was sniped by all these shows, and I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, all right. Let's watch the
Neal. Then he gives me his IMDb. Here's my IMDb if interested in my credits too. I recently acted in a movie opposite Tessa Gorin, Jack Nicholson's daughter, shot on a 16mm film directed by Kansas Bowling of Quentin Tarantino Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yep. Really excited for it to come out.
The reason I told him that, because when I was on, it was clear like he didn't know anything about me. And I'm not saying like he should know everything about me, but I just sent him like basic stuff that I've done. So if I came on again, he just like knew who I was.
Okay.
So it's like, so if you're on, Ray, I mean, you've been a guest on shows. You want them to have some type of knowledge about you so you can have like an actual conversation.
Yeah. So this is where I'm coming from. Yeah. This is my background. I'm not some wacko.
Yeah, I'm not just
we're all
who
wackos. By the way, we're all wackos.
Yeah, I'm not just someone who watches, clip show, that's fine. But like, I've done some stuff. If you wanted to talk about it, that was all.
Okay.
It's in post-production.
By the way, he doesn't want to talk about it.
No,
Sean
he does
is
not.
all about whatever's going on in his life at the moment.
I'm well aware.
And by the way, I don't hate Stuttering John. This is not me like shitting on Stuttering John.
I don't either.
I'll see him in Atlantic City, and I'll say hello to him.
I think you're on his fine. I've been kicked off the farewell show, but I think you've been added to it.
What's a farewell show?
He's doing his farewell show.
I'm not going on this show. Yeah.
I think you were my big. You replaced me. They kicked me off and they added you, I think.
Yeah, he's not going away. It's not a farewell. He's not. Yeah, he's not going away.
It could be the last time we
No, he's not. He's going to do a stream the next day after his. And again, I don't hate Stuttering John, but like, no, it's not comfortable being on his show. It just isn't. I don't dislike the guy.
Yeah,
I'll see him in
agree.
Atlantic City, and now
I'm only going to say that because he's obviously going off on me here, Ray. Like, I wasn't going to ever say that. Like, it's honestly not very fun being on Stuttering John's show. Like, I had fun when it was me on Rob's show, and then Stuttering John came on. Like, that was kind of fun. But being just one-on-one with John, it's not a great time because he talks at you.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really pay attention. And so, like, it's hard to interact and have a conversation with.
Yeah, there's not. You might as well be one of those like little troll dolls on his thing.
Right.
Like, he's as much interested in what they have to say than what you're saying.
Yeah, I will say certain people like him and Clay Dabbler, they actually go back and forth. But for me, it just maybe there's no chemistry there. Maybe that's on me, but I didn't have a great time.
I don't think anyone has chemistry with John. That's no disrespect to John. I'm just saying, like, I don't think anyone
because on
has
KB
chemistry with
people
them.
think KB's yelling and stuff, but there was way more. There's interaction there. Like, KB knows how a show flows better. There was I had a lot of fun on MLC.
Yeah, Kevin knows what he's doing. Like, I definitely agree. Like, there's more chemistry on MLC than there is here at this isn't even fun. Like, when I've done his shows, like, it wasn't even fun. It's just him talking at you about like whatever, and then him like accusing you of like, huh? Right. You said hello to this guy. This guy like is like, what? How am I? What? How am I?
Hey, John, I'm in for the farewell show. I'll wear a Jaws tee in honor. Hey, John, hope you had a great Christmas, Nasty Neal. Then he sends me a link. Video in. Talk to me and Tara. We are talking holiday horror. We are talking holiday horror. We are talking holiday horror. And then he gets yesterday at 5:22. He says, "You could have sent Nasty Neal the link for the final Fry Clay day." And with a kiss on the cheek.
It wasn't a kiss. It was
he writes,
it was a joke,
What was that?
So he did it was the final Fry Clay show with Clay Dabbler.
Right.
And so
it's not the final show. He's gonna have him on the day after he said he quit. Like, it's like not even.
He said I sent him like an emoji with a kissy face on it, but no, I'm not kissing it. I'm not hitting on Stuttering John. Not that he's not a very handsome man, but I sent him a thing like, oh, you couldn't even send Nasty Neal the link for the final Clay show with a wink face, which to me like means like it's tongue in cheek. I'm just kidding around.
All right. He gets
and why did he even bother reading that? I wish him a Merry Christmas. Like, what is that? Is that supposed to make me look bad that I wish the man Merry Christmas?
Wow. After what Pinky said to me about me and Rob, you can go on Pinky's show. Now, I'm not going to tell anyone what shows they could do and not.
Apparently he is. Apparently he is telling you what you can and can't do.
I'm not going to tell you can't do it, but you can't do it.
Should have some, thought process. I mean, Rob Saul's got a harassment case against Pinky. Rob Saul is the one that introduced you to the Dabbleverse, Neal. Are you forgetting that? And now Rob Saul is getting his, he's getting burned for these assholes.
Seriously, how did that burn any of them? Me going on MLC, if anything, because I defended Rob on MLC, and they obviously are not fans of Rob. If anything, that brings more attention to Rob's show because I'm on there regularly.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't watch you on MLC. I don't watch you on Rob. I've never seen a minute of Rob Saul's show. I haven't. And it's no disrespect to Rob Saul. I mean,
yeah.
I don't watch John's show.
Yeah, it would have to be your whole life to watch every show.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't watch any of that. That's no disrespect to any shows. That's not being like,
I am out of here. You soulless man.
Yeah,
you betrayed me. You did not watch me on MLC.
When we play chess with fans in New York City, missed opportunity. You could have signed your card and bashed your bishop. Thank you, Sabres prospect. Buffalo Sabres. Thank you. Ray, do you even eat pastrami or what? Tell the truth. I've eaten pastrami. Well, everyone likes it. It's on a Reuben, right? Isn't that the meat that's on a Reuben sandwich?
Yeah, I believe that's that might be corned beef on a Reuben.
Yeah, you're right. It's corned beef. Similar. Yeah, all right. Ray, you're my favorite steamer. This is a lie. That's already that's already a lie.
And Ray didn't even know who said it. He just sees that line. You're my favorite
saw that line. I'm like,
automatically, that is a lie.
It's not true. I appreciate it, but that's not true. You're my very high, Neal. Ray, the reason I love your content is because it's intellectual, not combative. You never tell a lie. Okay, so he's
he's a good egg.
He's a good egg. He hates my guts. But it's all right. Glad. Happy holidays, Ray. Here's to a great 2025. Hope the move to New York City goes well, you punk. Hashtag Rayvolution. Thank you. Ray, please stop hating on. I'm not hating on Stuttering John.
That's why he said it. That's why he said it.
Yeah. All right, let's get back and watch the rest of
so far, Ray.
Amazing to me.
By the way, he doesn't even hate you. It's just content for him. He just wants content. The fact that he can attach himself to content is what he wants. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's all he wants. It's not you.
Because they show not to attack him or anything, but they showed more of this show last night on Shuli, and he goes on to talk about like he went out to eat, then he came home and he brushed his hair and he brushed his teeth.
I brushed my hair.
He ate a
comb to my hair. And the world was butter. What Beatles song was that? That's a Beatles song.
Yeah, that's a real famous one.
Put a comb through my hair. Went outside and got a smoke. What song was that? Now I gotta look at that.
Let's look up the lyrics. You'll find it. So far, Chad, I want your honest opinion. So far, has he painted me out to be a soulless man?
Yeah, day in the life. That's Christmas. What it is. I read the news today. Oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade. Although the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh. I saw the photograph. Yeah. Woke up, fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head, found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. Found my coat and grabbed my hat. Made the bus in seconds flat. By the way, the Beatles not riding buses at this point. They were not.
Yeah, they're hopping on the bus.
Yeah. They were not riding
They wouldn't be able to get off the bus.
They would not be riding buses. Found my way upstairs and had a smoke. And somebody spoke, and I went to a gym. I read the news today. Oh boy. Yeah. All right, I'm a dummy. All right, I'm a fucking
I
idiot.
love
All
it,
right,
yeah.
let's watch back. You know that song, right? A
Of
Day in the
course,
Life by
of
the Beatles.
course.
All right,
Yeah,
all right, I did it no justice.
These people have no conscience. They
You
don't
have no
care.
conscience.
All they want is to get their 5 minutes.
You're
of
5
fame,
minutes.
if you
Damn.
call this shithole.
There's no fame in this. I just letting you know there's no fame in this. Just letting you know there's no 5 minutes of fame. There's 0 minutes of fame. There's 5 minutes of shame. There's shame. There's no fame.
Fame. So then I just wrote back to him after what Pinky said about Rob and me. You do his show, you pathetic opportunist.
What's the opportunist? Like, what are you
I don't
fucking
know.
kidding? Did you know you could buy a home tomorrow because you were on his? Did you know you can buy a home tomorrow?
Yeah, when for my down payment, I was like, here. I was talking to Pinky on MLC.
You could buy a home now. Did you not know that?
Exactly. Like, wait a minute. I think I saw you. You were snipe streamed on this website, and they're like, yeah, of course, yeah. Wait a minute, you were that guy on with KB. I'm like,
yeah. You could buy a house now. I don't know if you know that. You're 5 minutes.
And then he goes, "Oh, I went and trashed you guys." Then he sends me some pictures. It was really about going off with Liam. Bullshit. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a opportunist. You're a douche.
You're not, for you making fun of Liam, somehow that's like reflected on John.
I don't think they even like each other, do they? I don't think the Duke likes Liam.
No. So wait a minute. So John's defending Liam right now.
So he can't John can't be mad about that. And all the clips about it, it was all very specific. It was Neal versus Liam. That's what the gist of me on MLC was about.
Oh, you fought Liam. I didn't watch it. No disrespect to you or Liam.
That's
like
fine.
that.
That's fine. I'm just saying the show was me and Liam pretty much, and obviously and KB. But why it was clipped was the stuff with me and Liam. There was nothing about me trashing Stuttering John.
Yeah.
Or Rob.
All right. Let's watch what else he has to say about you. Him and his what are those dolls called? There's a name for those trolls, yeah. Literally. And all right, I got to give points to Stuttering John on that. Like the fact that this is like a troll central, that he has troll dolls. I should have troll dolls. I should have troll dolls. And I should put names on them.
If he thought that through, I think it would be great. But I think it was just a happy accident. He happened to go in this room and they happened to be there. Yeah. But if he really thought about it, it's pretty great. Yeah.
My troll would say like Dr. Chow. It would say Carlos Danger. Like they would have specific names on my troll.
You could put like a little flannel shirt on one for the Liam doll. And
yeah, Liam would be another one of my troll dolls. Yeah, so that all makes sense.
If it was for John, that whole room would just be full. Like you wouldn't even be able to see anything but trolls.
And that's a fact, Jack. Now, this is why I'm leaving.
This is why he's not leaving. I promise. Who wants to bet me? He's not leaving.
Am I the reason he's leaving?
No. He said he was leaving. All right. In January 2025, I promise you, he does at least 15 streams, if not more. I will spot you that. He does 15 streams. Who wants to take that bet? I'm saying he does. If he hits 15, I win the bet.
And I like this, that you should start that somewhere. People can bet on like how many shows or when he comes back.
No, because he says he's leaving like tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah. It's the big final show, the farewell show, and you're on it.
No, he's doing 15. He'll be doing 15 shows in January at least. So what's the over? I take it back. 12. We'll go with 12. Considering he's leaving, the over under should be 1. Like because he's leaving, so the over under should be 1, but I put it at 10. Whoever wants to take the bet, I bet he does 10 or more. So anything under 10, you win.
If he does hate this so bad, why didn't he just quit? Like this decide, oh, tomorrow is my last day. Why is it like the December 31st is the last show?
Yeah, I mean, in his defense, maybe saying it's my last show of the year.
If he does that, that's pretty lame. But
yeah,
I could see that, honestly.
Let's watch.
He did add it's a fact, Jack, so that settled it. It's all fact.
Yeah,
because this is the kind of ilk that sits in this Dabbleverse. Opportunist losers, opportunistic losers. That's Red Bull for all paying attention. So, what do you do? Am I going to sit and trash this guy for the rest of the show? No.
I mean, you've been doing it.
Pretty much.
I think he's a loser. I think he has no loyalty.
It's like, am I going to trash him? No, he's a loser.
I think he has.
Am I going to tell him he can't do the show? No, but he can't do it.
I can't handle people with no backbone. Can't handle it. It's hard for me because I wouldn't stab people in the back. Have I?
How's this a stab in the back?
I cannot understand it.
Yeah, how's it a stab in the back? What the fuck did you do to this guy?
I wished him happy birthday, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you said Merry Christmas. That's a stab in the back. How dare you tell me Merry Christmas?
Have I stabbed dirty deeds? Have I stabbed Clay Dabber? I don't.
What's up?
I like it. Just if you don't know anything about the Dabbleverse and you just hear a guy saying, "Did I stab dirty deeds?" No.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, do we have disagreements? Sure, but I'm not going to stab people. I'm not going to, you know, just to get your stupid, ugly face on a fucking screen with the funky, pinky bitch boy.
What did you do to possibly like stab him in the? It makes no sense. Zero sense.
I have no idea.
You decide to stab Rob Saul in the back, and at the same time stab me in the back. Hope you feel better about yourself, Neal. You are nasty.
Like
you are nasty.
You're a dickhead. I talked to Rob Saul about it today, so he was just like, "Yeah, I can't believe it."
By the way, how did you meet Rob Saul?
So the first time I saw Rob was on MLC, because I'm a big MLC fan. That's how I first saw you. And for a long time, like a year or so, I didn't go in the chats or anything. I just would listen, not interact with people. And he was on once, and I saw him on, I don't know if we were Facebook. We might have been Facebook friends. I'm not sure how. And so I was like, oh, I saw you on MLC, and it was, I thought it was fun. And I'm up late at night, and so he goes live late at night. So I would go into the chat. And his chat's actually really cool. It's like Gina Bobina and Vagina Wrinkle, and just like fun people. And they weren't like really like hating on it. So I don't know. I would just hang out there. It's fun. And then for the Halloween show, he had me come on because it was, Halloween. We'll talk about horror movies, and people liked me on Rob's show. And then he just started sending me the link to come on every once in a while. I kind of pretty much his co-host at this point.
And yeah, like I said before, like I don't hate Rob Saul. I don't know much about, like, every time I send him the link, he like wants to fight who's ever.
Yeah, and of course, Mumbling Nick. Mumbling Nick is a good man here in the chat.
I said, Rob, get used to it. It won't be the first. It won't be the last. Look at all that stab me. Look at all of them. I mean, there's more than can be imagined. Cardiff. Father. David.
What's up?
If he's saying it's more than you can imagine, the people that he's had a falling out with, at some point, don't you start to think, oh, maybe this is on me? If I'm the common denominator and everything, if you have a giant list of all these people that supposedly.
No, it's not on you. Like
No, I meant he himself should think that. Maybe it's on him. You know what I'm saying?
No, but in his defense, like he needs this. He needs this. He needs someone. There's nothing else going on right now. He needs someone to point out as a villain, so for him to have content. So it's not you. It could have been anyone. It's just like he just needs something for content. Like he's not going away, dude. Who wants to bet me? He's not going away, and that's no disrespect to John. It's just a truth. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he makes ACD. I can't name everyone because I'll forget people. ACDC is another good chatter. But yeah,
I like
a lot of these guys.
ACDC.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
he's
him
a
a
good
lot. He's
man.
cool.
Yeah.
Metal's cool. There's a lot of nice people here.
I like ACDC. His music choice, so.
You know, a big ACDC fan.
No, they're fine.
Yeah.
Ray, please stop hating Stuttering John. I don't hate Stuttering John. I read this one. Happy holidays, Ray. Here's to a great 2025. Hope the move to New York City goes well. You punk. #revolution. Appreciate that. Please stop shaming SJ Ray. He's just trying to live. I wish SJ the best. No disrespect, Ray. I really have no respect. I really have no disrespect. Please don't disrespect SJ. No disrespect to Neal. I don't want this to be confused. I have no. Jesus. All right. I think he's making fun of me at this point.
No, you're
which is fine.
This is the most epic betrayal of all time.
The list goes on and on.
The list
I don't
goes
have
on.
to name names.
Don't name names.
You all know Bob Levy. Yeah, he was a friend. Kate Meany, at least the first time. I don't know.
Your girlfriend?
Decide to do it again, but who knows? But look at all these people that have. It's weird. I shower them with niceness.
I shower you with niceness. I shower you.
How did they return the favor?
Did he shower you with niceness?
He didn't even reply to Merry Christmas.
Did he shower you?
He did not shower me with anything. I think that's a positive. I did not. Nothing against Stuttering John. I don't.
Did you shower with Stuttering John?
I did not. I was looking forward to the big shower scene with me and Stuttering John at the farewell show, but I guess that's off the tables now. Showered me with kindness. It makes it seem like we were like these like very close, personal, longtime friends.
Yeah.
I've known him for like a week.
Shower you with my love. That was a R&B song from the shower. Yeah, that's a song from the 90s. An R&B song. All right. I am not going to sing it because I suck at singing.
They stabbed me.
They stabbed you.
Right in the back. It's crazy in a way. That's why, like, when I see, like, Mix, please don't leave, dude. Believe me. I don't care if I got to work at McDonald's. Anything is better than this nonsense.
What are you talking about?
I'm gone.
He's not leaving, dude. He's not leaving.
What's so hard about sitting there and, taking in a lot of money?
He's not leaving. Yeah, he's not leaving. He's definitely not leaving.
Probably going to be gone from Twitter, maybe even Facebook.
Whoa, even Twitter.
Just call the whole damn thing a day. It's all just
because of you. It's all because of you. You ruined the whole empire of Stuttering John.
That's why he just roams.
It's all you, Nasty Neal. Stuttering John, the empire would run wild, but you brought it down.
And here's the saddest part.
Oh.
He begged Pinky to come on his show. He was in his chat.
Did?
He begged him to come on.
No, I didn't.
I know you did not.
Yeah, no,
I'm assuming you did not.
No, like Gina Bobina sent in a super chat to have me on the show, and several of Team Nasty or the Nasty Army would ask, like, "Hey, send Neal a link," and I think he saw that. And now, if you're smart, you know what I mean. KB Kevin Brennan, he's like, "Oh, these people want this guy on the show. What's the harm to send me a link? What if I come on, I completely suck? You just cut me off. Who cares? You know what I mean?"
Right.
You have me on, maybe something fun happens, and it did. It was a fun show. But I wasn't going around begging to be on the show. I'm sure tons of people asked for the link in the chat, and he's not sending the link to everybody.
Yeah, no, everyone said you did great.
Yeah, no, it was a really good time, honestly. I had a great time. I'm a big Kevin Brennan fan. I'm not the ball washer, but that's the show I always liked. I find him the funniest.
No, he's the funniest. It's not even close. He's the funniest one. I'm not.
And I think I get the show because I've watched it for a long time, and I thought it was just a good time.
Yeah, here's you a little bit on this is also from Stalin.
I guess it's Stallion. We found out. I like Stalin, but maybe it's Stallion.
Oh.
There was also one little thing there, real quick, Ray, that he said on the end there. I don't know if it was on that clip, but he said, if Neal had any talent, he'd be making movies. And this was literally after he just read the movies I was in and that I made. So it's like, he doesn't even listen to himself. He literally just said, I'm not saying they're blockbuster films, but I made, several movies. And then he goes on in that same thought to say, if he had talent, he'd make movies.
Ray, you're my hero. What's 2 + 4 × 5? It rhymes with nuenti new. All right, I got this. So 4 × 5, it's 22.
Mm-hmm. That's good, Ray, because you do the multiplication first.
Yeah, it's 22. I got you. Man. All right, I'm gonna get ready to wrap up, but I got to do this for
card opening.
Yeah. No, you could not here for this. You made it sound like you wanted to leave immediately.
I know. I'm good with. I actually think that's fun. I used to. I actually have a lot of old cards in my collection. Like I've got a 54 Ted Williams. Or is it 58?
Wow.
58 Mickey
Mantle. That's some real shit. You got better shit than I.
That was for my grandfather gave me all those baseball cards when I was a kid.
1991 Topps. It's all going to Nick in Fort Wayne. It's all going to Nick in Fort Wayne, who's a good egg. We all like Nick in Fort Wayne. Other people that like me, hit me up on Patreon, patreon.com as $3 and yeah, you can get but here we go.
I think the edibles is hitting Ray about this point.
Yeah, we're opening the pack.
All right.
We're opening the pack of cards.
Did you take an edible before this show?
No, I just drank a couple beers.
So I don't do anything anymore. I'm basically straight edge, Ray. But the last time I used to do edibles, and my friend brought me, and so I took one, and it fucked me up. And then I didn't know until after, but it was 1,500 milligrams, and it was a very terrible.
1,500?
Yeah, it was a horrible experience. My friend almost took me to the ER.
It's gone from 1990. It's gone from 1990. All right. There's a gum stain on the back of the card. These are all going to Nick and Fort Wayne. Mike Scott. Mike Scott was a good pitcher with the Astros. Not a Hall of Famer. But there you go. And he's bunning. The pitcher, Mike Scott. It was him and Nolan Ryan were the studs.
You should do, you can do the goals on here. Now you should do the goal. If you hit the goal, you'll eat the gum.
Yeah, if someone, I always say that if someone super chats me, I'll say $20. I'll eat the gum.
Yeah.
$20. I'll eat the gum, but no, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Hit
the goal. I'll get a cup.
I don't want to eat the gum, so that's what I'm saying. Carlos Martinez from the White Sox. So there you go. Otis Nixon. He used to play for my Cleveland Indians when I was a kid. Otis Nixon. We got an Otis Nixon. The big get in this pack would be
oh, look at this. La 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 la. Came through. Eat the gum. Eat the gum. I love it.
the big get in this pack would be Chipper Jones rookie card. I see you LLLLL. There we go. We got a Craig Leifertz, the Padres. We got a Mike Witt. I remember Mike Witt as a pitcher for the Angels. I didn't know he played for the Yankees. We got a Dave Johnson. Again, Chipper Jones is the big card you want. He's the rookie of this pack that you would want to get. And then we got a Tim Hewlett sitting on the bench. That's how much action he got. They couldn't even get a picture of him in the field.
Yeah, you're just sitting there, yeah, kind of leaning against the bench.
Yeah.
I would really like to design Dabbleverse cards, but I'm afraid people would they'd sue me.
Bob Welch. We got a Scott Bartlett. We got a Cincinnati Reds. Rosario Hernandez. I have no idea who that guy is. We got a Mark Echelon. We got a Devin White. Devin White that played for the Angels. Ended up getting traded to the Blue Jays and doing some noise there. Who's a leadoff hitter for the Blue Jays when they won the 2 World Series. We have a ERA. Yeah, so far that Frank Viola ended up with the Mets, started out with the Twins. We got a Rob Dibble, one of the nasty boys for the Twins. And then we got a Eduardo Pena. I don't think you want any of these cards, but I did get this. I'm not going to lie. I did get this.
Yeah, the 1999. Eat it.
I don't want to.
That was very nice of him, though.
It is very nice.
Doesn't sound like gum anymore. Sounds it's very hard. Does it have like a moldy taste when you're eating it? Well, your face, I can really tell it tastes good. I did like that you could really hear the crunch. That
yeah,
really
it's good. It's gross as fuck.
Well, you did it though. You did it. So you earned your 1999.
That's gross as. Yeah, that's gross as fuck. But there
you're
you go.
not a good enough actor to be pretending there.
Yeah.
Wow, I think he's like he's in actual pain now. You stabbed Ray in the back. I can't believe such betrayal.
Oh, who stabbed who in the back?
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. He stabbed you in the back by making you eat the gum.
No.
I know. I just.
It's disgusting. That's fucking gross as fuck. Yeah, that was. Now it's in my teeth. It's like stuck in my fucking molars. Yeah, that was gross as shit. Not gonna lie.
You'll have to up the goal next time. It'll take like a $50 payoff.
Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, it tastes. It's like eating gunpowder. I don't know what gunpowder tastes like, but that's what like
gum apparently.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get ready to wrap up. Anything else you want to plug, buddy? What else you got?
Yes, like I said, Once and Future Smash and End Zone 2 are my films. They're on Blu-ray. They're streaming. There's also, you might find this cool. There's a limited edition. I think these are sold out, but a limited edition VHS tape that we put out.
End Zone number 3.
End Zone 2. Yep, End Zone 2.
That's Zone 2. What happened to End Zone 1?
Well, you'd have to watch a movie to find out. So here's the quick backstory. Once and Future Smash is a mockumentary about a fake horror movie called End Zone 2 from 1970, but it's real people talking about it. And then we made End Zone 2. And when we played this at festivals, we billed it as an old classic that we restored. And some of the original reviews of it thought it was an actual movie from 1970. So there is no End Zone, but there is End Zone.
There's no End Zone.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for hanging out.
Without Your Head everywhere. Without Your Head.
Without Your Head, man.
Yeah. And if you want to Venmo me, it's Headyverse.
There you go. Where do people Venmo you at?
Headyverse. HEADYVER.
I'll put it in. I didn't know. I asked you at the beginning.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. I need to be better about this stuff. I should just get a hat that says Venmo me at Headyverse.
So what is it?
Headyverse. HEADY.
HEADY.
Verse. VERSE. That's the Venmo at Headyverse.
At Headyverse, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that gum was gross as fuck.
And I was using Headyverse before the Dabbleverse. It's been around a long time. I didn't take it.
What's Headyverse?
So my podcast, it's Without Your Head, and the wrestling show is In Your Head. And so I just call the fans the Headyverse.
Maybe drink 4 raw eggs for 50. I would if I had raw eggs, but yeah. If I had raw eggs. I don't have raw eggs, but if you want to I will follow. There you go. Absurd reality.
Thank you, Absurd Reality. I appreciate
Heard
that.
comes young. Seems gay. You're not wrong. It's all gay. What real? What do you have nasty in your home?
Real quick, if anyone does care, it's not the greatest story, but I used to just use the name Neal Jones. And then I had the Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw 3D was on the show, Ari Mihailoff, and he just started calling me Nasty Neal, and I thought it was funny, so I just kept it as a nickname.
He's son of you. Yeah, I've eaten the gum before. I'm not. Rob Saul is on now.
Oh wow! I hope he's not saying I backstabbed him. To be fair to Rob, I talked to Rob. He's had no issues with any of this stuff. At least that's what he told me. So.
Yeah, I don't. Why you trashing me? He's a good guy. All right, Borgo's in here. Wow, Borgo, how your toes doing, buddy? Borgo loves to hate me, but he's here. He's a good man. All right.
Well, just real quick, if they're saying that Rob's saying that I shafted him, I'm doing. If I'm live on a show, I can't be. I'm not like looking on my emails and stuff. So I don't know if he messaged me the link. I didn't see it. You know,
go join him.
No, it's fine.
Go join him. I'll watch him.
All right, I'll pop up there. But you know what I'm saying, Ray? If you're on a show, you're not necessarily looking at your.
I'm not. I'm not watching. Yeah. All right. I love everybody, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. Patreon.com/radio. $3. Hit like, hit subscribe. All right. I love everyone. Thank you, Neal, for joining me, man.
Yeah, thank you. I had a good time, honestly.
Thanks, buddy. All right. Peace.
Bye.